You know that super popular concealer that you spent all your money on? The one that social media told you was so amazing. So then you went out and you bought it and you tried it and it didn't nearly live up to the hype? Welcome to Texture Trials, a signature series where I test out popular complexion products on real skin with real texture for real life. As a working pro makeup artist, I want to know how these formulas actually hold up beyond perfect lighting and a good first impression. For today's video, I am testing two personal favorite concealers from my pro kit to see which is best for longevity and real life. I'll show you how I apply them, and then I'll also show you how they look in different lighting as well as how they look at the end of the day. I'm also prepping the skin the exact same way for both applications, just to give an idea of how they will wear under the same skincare and sunscreen. Don't forget, sometimes it's not the actual product that will fail you. It can be your skin prep, but that's a whole other video entirely. This is the skin prep that I love to do that I have found works for me and works for many of my clients. I'm going to take the Naturium Multi Bright Skin Toner. And this is what I like to use in lieu of moisturizer because it's much thinner and the skin absorbs it very quickly. It plumps the skin, hydrates the skin. Something else I'll do is I'll take whatever's on my fingertips and bring it right up under the eye to hydrate that under eye area, which is super important because we are testing concealers today. And I've already done my brows, so I'm just gonna go around my brows. It's already absorbing really nicely. When prepping skin for makeup, I tend to have a less is more approach, but I found a serum that I really, really love that I've been using, and it works beautifully under makeup and with the skin prep I've been doing. It is the Sulwhasoo First Care Serum. I do know that there's ginger in here. I think it's fermented ginger. It just feels really good on my skin. And like I said, it works really well with makeup, so I don't feel like I'm adding an extra layer of product for no reason. Because we are testing concealers today, I didn't want to pile a ton of product on my face before I get to the actual concealer. So I'm actually going to use the Daily Tinted Sunscreen from Beauty of Joseon. And what this will do is this will give us the protection that we need, but also give us a little bit of color to even out the skin so then we can go directly in with concealer where we need it. And I'm going to grab a brush. This is from CL Cosmetics. I'm just going to buff this all over. And like I said, this is really sheer, but I love that it gives just a hint of color while also giving us the sun protection. Kind of avoiding the under eye area as much as I can because I don't want to bring the sunscreen, which has a little bit more of an emollient consistency, up under the eye because that will increase the likelihood of our concealer creasing, and that's exactly what we don't want. The first concealers that we're putting to the texture trial test are the DIOR Forever Skin Concealers. I absolutely love this formula. It's great for mature skin. It's great for pretty much all skin types, and the coverage is really amazing. As you can see, I have two of them here. I have 1.5N and then I have 2W. And the reason for that is I originally bought 1.5N. Now, full disclosure, confession time, I was in a Sephora. I was not in a freestanding Sephora. I was at one in a mall, so I was not near a window. But I thought to myself, I'm a 2N in the DIOR Backstage Foundation, so you would think if you want something that's going to brighten under the eye and brighten the middle of the face, why wouldn't I go a half shade down? So that's why I chose the 1.5N. Long story short, I got home, I tried it. It's a little too light. It just brings a little too much attention to the fact that I'm wearing concealer, and that's not what I want. I want my under eye in the middle of my face to be bright, but I don't want it to be so obvious that I'm wearing a concealer that's just a little too light for me. And that's what this is. So I went back and I thought, you know what? Why don't I get 2W, which is a little bit warmer and a little bit deeper, and I can mix the two and kind of create my own. Do you need two shades of concealer? Maybe, but we'll get to that. I'm going to show you how I apply these. I'm going to take a little of the 1.5N on the back of my hand like this, and a little of the 2W, and then I'm going to mix them together. That's what makeup artists are. We're mixologists. No one is exactly one shade of skin or of pigment or of anything. So I find that if I have more than one shade of concealer, I can color correct in a better way, in a more natural way. And I have this CL brush. I'm going to use the other side of it. I love this brush for this very reason. I'm going to pick up some of the product, work it into the brush. We're just going to take it and just tap all along the under eye where I need it. I strongly urge you not to go directly in with your concealer wand onto your face. You're going to deposit way too much product. This way you have much more control. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is a ton of pigment in this concealer. There's a lot of coverage. So I always like to start with a less is more approach and just blend it out. It really is better if you load up the brush with as little amount of product as possible and build. And I'm going to do the other under eye, just working a little bit of that product I like to go over my eyelid because I feel like it opens up my eye, cancels out any shadow I have on my eyelid. And then if you are working with a brush like this, you can take the other side and kind of tap out the edges just to blur them. And one of the things that both of these concealers have in common is that they're almost self-setting. I will always recommend that you set your concealer with a powder, but it pretty much stays where you put it. And I think that's really great because then you're not worrying about it being slippery and sliding all over the place until you finally set it with a powder. And even then you're wondering, is it gonna move? It's gonna go over the nose a little bit, taking the other end of the brush, blending everything out. And then just to even out the face, I like to hit the chin, and then I'll take a little bit up the forehead, feather it. And this is pretty much standard of what I would do with my skin if I was only wearing a skin tint or a tinted sunscreen if I wanted to go in with concealer. This is basically where I would cover everything that needs covering. So this is the DIOR Forever Skin Concealer, just like I showed you how I applied it. Gorgeous, looks like skin, has a lot of pigment, so a little goes a long way, but it's a favorite of mine and many pros for a reason. And this is the concealer in bright and direct light. As you can see, it looks great. That is the key to your foundation and your concealer looking great. Making sure your makeup looks good in this kind of light means it looks great in all light. And now for our second concealer in our texture trials, I have the HAUS Labs Triclone Concealer. I believe this comes in about 40 shades, which is a great range. Although I will say I have a little bit of an issue with the shade range. Some of the shades pull a little too pink for me. Some of them are a little bit weird, but I was lucky enough to be able to find one concealer shade. This is the shade 13, light neutral, and this works for me perfectly. So let's apply it. I'm gonna take it just like I applied the DIOR on the back of my hand. The consistency of the HAUS Labs is a little bit thinner than the DIOR, which I do like, but the pigment is definitely there and the payoff is definitely there. I'm going to grab the CL brush that we used. Again, I'm going to work the concealer into the brush, and we're just going to place it in the exact same areas that we did with the DIOR. And you can see that this shade is a little bit brighter. Because it's a light neutral, it really works for my skin tone. So I find that I don't really have to mix it with anything else. And I think because of the triclone technology that's in this formula, it's also pretty self-setting. However, I will say it is very dependent on how you set this concealer. I'm going to show you how I like to set it in a way that makes it so it does not budge and it does not transfer, because when I was using just a brush and a little bit of loose powder, I had mascara transfer by the end of the day. Remember how I said sometimes it's not always the formula of your product, it's your skincare, or it can be the products that you use around, which in this case is mascara. At the same time, I don't want to stop using my mascara because I love it. So I had to figure out a way to make the formula work for me because I love the pigment of this. I love the coverage of this. So again, we're just taking it in all the areas that I took the DIOR. And this is almost getting to where I can't pick up as much because, like I said, it does dry down, which I really love because that means it's going to stay. Whenever you're applying concealer, I always recommend either a buffing motion or a tapping motion, because that way where you're placing the product is where it's going. So the match on this is pretty spot on, and it's pretty much inching its way past the DIOR Forever Skin for that reason for me. But this is what the HAUS Labs concealer looks like on me right now. Gorgeous, right? And I'm going to show you exactly how I would set both of these concealers right now. I'm just going to take a pressed powder. This is Palisades Pink from Tower 28. Any pressed powder will do. You can also use a loose translucent powder. I love this one because I just love the formula and I love how it looks under my eye. And it's a formula that I found really works for me. So I'm going to take a powder puff and I'm going to load up the powder puff just like that. And I'm going to tap it off on my palm. And then I'm just going to take it right underneath the eye. Just to set. I like to go over my eyelids too. And then with whatever I have left over on the puff, I'll just take it in the middle of my face. This is the way that I like to lock down the concealer. And again, it prevents any kind of transfer and it really resists creasing. This is the HAUS Labs concealer. Look at how much of a perfect match that is. And it pretty much cancels out all the imperfections under my eyes. 10 out of 10. Now I wanted to show you a video of what these concealers look like on my face at the end of the day. So this first video is the DIOR Forever Skin Concealer at the end of the day. Still looks pretty good. The coverage is still there. It has crease because guess what? Makeup creases. You cannot prevent your makeup from creasing 100%. Why do you think celebrities have glam squads that follow them around? Because hair moves, makeup moves, it's inevitable. It doesn't matter. This video is of me wearing the Haus Labs concealer, which, as we know, is pretty much a perfect match for my face. I love it. I love the formula. I think you really can't go wrong with either choice. And if you're deciding between the two of these, I think in the end it's going to come down to texture and shade. Because if you remember, with the DIOR FOREVER Skin, I had to use two concealers because the 1.5N was too light. The 2N, which I could have purchased, would have worked, but it wouldn't have given me the color correction that I wanted that I got from the 2W, which is the 2 warm. So mixing the 2W and the 1.5N gives me the perfect shade that works for me. And it also allows me to customize it depending on where I'm putting it on my face. Do you need to buy two concealers? No. But do I encourage it? I do, actually. I think it's the best kind of approach because then as the shade of your face changes, whether you're in the sun more or it's winter time or whatever, you can customize the makeup to work for you. Now, as far as the Haus Labs, I think that inched out on the Dior just a little bit, but mostly because I only used one of them. The single shade that I used was perfect to color correct, to brighten my face, and it's very much self-setting like the Dior Forever Skin. But remember, like I said, I had to make sure I set it really well because I did get some mascara transfer when I wore it the other week with one of my favorite mascara formulas. But again, that goes back to thinking about what formulas are you using with your concealer? What skin prep are you doing? Can you do different skin prep? Can you use different powder? That's the beauty of makeup. It's a trial and error experience that you can do just for you and you can find what works for you. I really love doing these texture trial videos because not only do they help me, but I hope they help you as well. I just love seeing how formulas perform in real life because it's very different if I'm using them in a studio or if I'm using them on a carpet. Not everybody walks the red carpet. Not everybody gets shot in a studio. It's mostly for everyday life, and that is why I'm doing this series. So please let me know in the comments if there are any products that you want me to test, if you want me to do a side-by-side comparison of two very similar products. I'm all ears, and I'm pretty much going to continue the series, I think, until I get bored of it, which isn't going to happen anytime soon. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe for more pro makeup content and texture trials from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a brand new video.